According to the UK Crime Stats website, in April 2013, London and Wales experienced 466,000 crimes over a 30-day period. The types of crimes mentioned in this report include violent crime, criminal damage and arson, burglary, public disorder, and weapons charges. Although there's some very strict exceptions, generally speaking, pistols, rifles, knives, tasers, and even pepper spray are illegal in the UK. There are a few instances where firearms can be owned legally, but the individual must apply for and obtain a firearms or shotgun certificate. Unfortunately, these two certificates are never, I said never, granted for the purposes of self-defense or the defense of property. I've included some important links in the video description box regarding specific weapon legislation and how to legally carry in the UK. So this video breakdown was created for educational purposes only and is in no way, shape, or form being used commercially. I want to explicitly state that this video is not intended to demean or humiliate the victims. The victim's family decided to release the video publicly to reveal the graphic reality of violent crime and to show how weapons in the wrong hands can have serious, if not deadly, implications. We start the breakdown by looking at criminal body language and pre-crime indicators. If you watch this initial scene closely, it seems that the deadly attack was not premeditated, but more so a crime of opportunity. So in my humble opinion, the assailant who launched the first blindside attack was probably intoxicated and he felt like showing off in front of his friends. He decided to assault the unsuspecting victim and then just casually walk away, basically verifying his bold and reckless persona amongst his peers. Not wanting to be overshadowed, the other two group members joined the attack but inherently increased the level of violence. So you might ask, why do I consider this a crime of opportunity? Whether it be robbery, a thrill assault, or intimidation being the motive behind the attack, if their actions had been pre-planned, one would assume that they would have attacked simultaneously and with more efficiency. The disorganized approach and weak tactical plan would indicate to me that these lowlifes saw the young men as easy victims and just seized the opportunity to inflict pain upon them. This is the scene just seconds before the initial blindside attack on the first victim. In regards to counter-ambush training, there are a few important points I'd like to emphasize that could prevent a situation like this from happening to you. First, the attacker's anticipated footpath trajectory is represented by the 3 black arrows on the top still frame. In a true self-defense situation, observation and awareness are absolutely critical. The two victims should have observed the group of men walking in their general direction, but there's no reason to be on high alert yet, just incorporating situational awareness and acknowledging that these people are walking in your direction. Then as attacker number 1 distinctly alters his path and begins walking towards the victims, alarm bells should have been going off and both victims should have positioned themselves in a favorable defensive posture, also known as a position of biomechanical advantage. This basically means that the way you position your body anatomically affords you the dynamic ability to defend against strikes and weapons while simultaneously providing you with an advantageous offensive position if you choose to counterattack or deploy a self-defense weapon. The second point I'd like to discuss is the striking method attacker number 1 utilized to launch his blindside assault. As you can see by the dotted red circles, the way attacker number 1 loads up for the big right-handed hook, he leaves his head and neck wide open for a preemptive and suppressing a counterattack. Although the victim in the white shirt never notices attacker number 1, the victim in the green shirt is aware of the encroachment of their personal space but doesn't prepare his body or stance to deal with the threat. As you can see here, the first victim receives a punishing blow that fractures his jaw and briefly knocks him unconscious. In combative and striking arts, there's a common saying that the strike you don't see coming is the one that does the most damage. The other victim in the green shirt attempts to thwart the attack by extending his left arm, but again, his unfavorable body positioning and lack of defensive alertness inhibits his blocking capability. So with proper awareness and close quarters combatives training, the victim in the green shirt could have thrown a precise and technical lead left straight or a right cross to the attacker's chin or throat. Explosive straight strikes are faster and more efficient than angular or hooking style of attacks. In this example, attacker number 1 not only throws an angular attack, he also winds up and starts with his fist very low around the level of his waist. Take a look at the picture in the bottom left corner. This would have been the opportune moment to disable the attacker.